Hi, and welcome to our third presentation from the 2017 TiddlyWiki European Meetup. And this time I'm delighted to introduce Dragan Cotterill, who's going to be talking about structuring data in TiddlyWiki.
Okay. Well, this is an old friend, as has just been mentioned. This is based around TiddlyWiki Classic, but using Classic or 5, because this really is about how you structure your data. System I've got here is something that's been running for about 5-6 years now. It's a index to a library of documents. Now, this index is actually publicly available. Here's the URL that anybody can go and look at. So if you want to grab that, copy it, and have a look around along as well. So what this library is based around sustainability, permaculture. If you want to go to the really extremes of things, it's about end of the world survival things as well. But it's really just a huge library of PDF documents. Over 2,000 of them. It takes up about 10 gigs of disk space. That through the index, anybody can go to, but the documents themselves are kind of protected. There's actually information and get access to it as well. Anyway, but is one point, which is the library itself. All of the tiddlers we have in here are individual documents. So have a name and all, date on them, various tags, concepts they actually incorporate. I've got this introduction which basically breaks things down into main sections. These are actually used for the actual entries. So animals go down to transportation. I also have in here a macro which top 10 of the unsorted here. I've got supplements that I bought to the system, which have got no categorization at all. Way the information section here is I run an external script that's created individual divs, tags them as unsorted, and then injects them into the actual HTML file. Because obviously this is not running off Windows, it's a file entry. You can use desktop, or in this case, if I was to use yes, I've got the information about how I don't think that you can all that sort of the main point is just how people use this system. Because they don't take it at a high level, which is the main library. Many people come at this because things are reformatted. It's going to go on my screen. Okay, that's just because of the way it's organised. Now, I think you'll see this makes extensive use of tagging, which is usually out with the monkey wiki, many years ago. But it works actually perfectly in this kind of structure because it allows the users to actually drill down into the various concepts and find what they're looking for. Because when you're searching using you're only searching the tiddlers, not searching the documents themselves. This is something I try working later when I've got an external library that allows you to search through the
Can I add one thing? Tagly tagging, no. That is the plugin that lists as they are listed here by tags. That's what it is basically.
So you start off at the highest levels, which is in this case just the library. You then go down to subsections, in this case categories where you might like categories.
And so is energy tab tagged library?
Yes. I just checked there. So energy is tagged as a library. And down underneath I have all of the sub-entries which have other tags as well. So it starts chaining the tags to build up a hierarchy structure.
You can modify that.
You don't modify that.
No, you can display that on the fly.
Yes, you can actually change the columns, grouping, routing. Some of the areas, there are uses because of the way it actually works. Some answers get down to the small section. Just read a list of all the documents within that section. Whereas at high level, the higher entry, you're actually looking at the relationship all of the tags have. So underneath you start going down into very small sections like cat. Well, cat is actually central technology. It's based in the middle of Wales. It's quite a good place to do this. But I have a list of all of their documents that they publicly produce. Once you start going into little sections, then you start bringing up the documents themselves.
What's a herb file?
It's a herb file. Well,
It was
Yeah.
it's a herb file.
I'm hoping there's going to be a picture.
There's a picture. There's lots of pictures. There we go. Exactly. That is how it works. It is shared around by Dropbox. Because I can just give some link to it, they instantly download all these documents. They've got code index. The code index is coming down. So all of these documents, the Centre for Alternative Technology, these documents are public domain. So these are all structured being part of the automatic airline. So when you get access to the system, all of the public domain information, it just appears straight in the Dropbox. At 10 gigs. So if you've got a basic user of that, you need to then take those things out and start using them elsewhere because you can't have everything. You can't have everything at the same time. But the way it's actually categorized is the main source of the power of this system. Now, at the basic level, we are dealing with just basic Tiddler is just a document, one entry. Each one has its own values. The hierarchy is built up automatically through this tagging system. So you just create a single entry. In effect, here. This is another source. This is actually imported from the American agricultural system, which is will. There we go. National Centre for Improving Technology. All these documents are public domain. What I actually did was download a whole library, which is PDFs, run the import, tag them with Cotterill. So this is the import macro that I have goes to unsorted directory. I can add extra tags on, and it actually takes builds the links to them, ingests them into the main HTML file, adds these extra tags, unsorted, and any additional tags I put in, like in this case, Cotterill launch. So all I've been doing is basically copying the whole of this. Edit the entry. Change that. Nothing there.
This is all about growing plums, so I was looking once.
You know
Farming. I know because this is starting lighting.
You know that.
Yeah. But it's all about how you build a wall. You can actually type whatever you want, any way you want. The best thing about this now, it's done. Say. Is it because of the size of the wiki? Like, yeah, this is big. This is very big. The actual HTML file itself is 1.4 meg. But it's the way it calculates the hierarchy of the value.
You said there's $2,000 plus when you're going to get something from it.
Yeah, it is a limit because it's actually building up the complete hierarchy of the overall. That's a line tag.
Yes.
If I turn the other tags.
Yes.
Yes, yes. This is a single file one. It's taken a yeah. I should close the other. Oh, we're done. So if I now actually go. No. Yeah, this is I suppose one of the drawbacks with the old system. And the fact that it's actually building the whole structure when it's overlaid again.
The whole structure. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah. It's working with documents, trying to organise it into hierarchy, so there's a lot of sorting going on. That's a problem with live. You really need to.
That's just that's a big one that's causing the problems.
Enough funds in the tab you can have before.
Not necessarily.
Fruits is actually around. Fruit is actually. But it actually drops in hierarchy. Plums wise, right. And fruits. The structure is actually built up on its own. So it's decided to leave it out of the way later. Because you're not doing the organizer. You just do the tags and the hierarchy is built up. Now this is exactly the way 10 works.
Exactly.
Yeah. The only thing is 10 content just displays in one column. In this case wouldn't work.
So the multiple columns and the display there is what my users find the most useful in the system. So this is why I'm still on Cotterill at the moment, because people are using this in their systems to actually look for information.
Yes, I need to look at more it works to change from one to the other.
Which is the URL again? Because I want to do what you've probably already done, which is to import that into TiddlyWiki 5.
Now, all of the images are there, the documents are not. So, and one of the cool things I have about writing macros and stuff on here is infographic. Basically, the actual infographic information I have on here. So I use ImageMagick to take the graphics and produce on versions how can then be linked to for quick reports and graphics themselves. So those images fair enough for development? No. No, these are HTML images. All this is the HTML file. There are actually three directories under the document which lists the actual documents themselves. Images, which has all the image stuff. I have a little field with my sources. And I have an archive one as well. Because I also use some of the tools that are going around, like which is for the old school stuff, for I use shared Tiddly systems. So a lot of people here that actually use this main index. They look at the documents and export the magnets, and they work on them separately, dates, tags, and they use the documents to say, do we need to keep this document with information elsewhere? So they're actually reviewing the systems. They do the same on their system. They think it's brought back into here. So it's a kind of it's a way around the limitation of having multiple people work on the same thing at the same time. At the moment, that is not really working. But by using shared systems, you can export your data and data out. Someone else can work on it. You can link it back in. So it's just another way of actually working within the system.
So now I'm just flick my screen just to show the audience the thing, which is that I took Dragon's wiki and I dragged it into TiddlyWiki 5, and then this pillar, which sets up the table. Yeah, it won't show up on there, but it's being shared. Hopefully, it's being shared on Google. And so I've taken the standard invocation of the table of contents macro, and I've given it library as the root tag. And sure enough, we get Dragon's hierarchy the other way around. So I think that the only reason I wanted to show that was to show, again, is the timelessness theme here. The Dragon structured this data with tagging in a way that displays in one context. We take the same structure and we're showing it through a different lens, and we've got another view of the same data. So I think it tells us something about the privacy tagging as a way of structuring this, the most sort of basic metadata that you can add. And yes, it does give us quite cool flexibility.
I mean, there's definitely features out there.
No.
There.
Yeah, but there's definitely features in there. I used to teach that too. That usual way, especially the aspect of where you would click on a word that you can see so that you could see the next thing in the cycle or functionality. Like if you were showing 2 columns instead of showing 2 columns, 1 over 3 columns, pick 2 columns, go to 3. That just nobody ever understood that.
Yes, I remember that.
It's very, very true.
That's what I'm looking at now, that table of contents. With this structure, we're actually going down on the next level. It's actually broken out. All the sub-entries. I go to my one that I have, and the table of contents is important. It's just all of the tables are merging. Whereas with table of contents,
It's done the subcategorizing thing. So if I go into energy, I've got some of the entries under energy, like batteries, and here they're expanded.
where is the HTML? Appropriate technology microfiche library. Doesn't show.
Where would that be?
That should be on top.
Because let's see what's wrong with that. What is that? Because tag energy. So under energy.
No. The individual tiddlers are tagged also as HTML. Because they are part of the appropriate technology microfiche library. So it's not directly under energy.
So ATMRL is not tagged energy.
No, it is tagged individually to those particular concepts.
Yeah, I remember that.
That is what is missing.
Help me understand that.
If you look at the Chinese biogas link, it's tagged under energy. So a Chinese biogas manual is also the microfiche and ATMRL and also biogas as well. So all these.
But how's that? So sorry, I'm not understanding the more basic things. So what are the tags on?
The main entry is.
What are the tags on this that we're looking at now?
Energy and really ATMRL.
So the other two things aren't tagged?
They are, but really what
But they're not
relevant. Energy is the main overall category. This document is also part of technology.
Or even great just to and you can cycle the display.
ATMRL. It also covers all of the other categories as well. So we're thinking multiple categories same time.
It's this one, right? I mean, the buttons here, it's just the next in this cycle. So this is actually grouped.
Okay. I still don't understand. It may not matter. So what I need to understand is why ATMRL was showing up in the listing under the energy tiddler. What are the tags on ATMRL that made that happen?
Because individual inside there, not only in energy, also has ATMRL.
Because the things that show up under energy might also have the tag ATMRL.
Yes.
Right, but
ATMRL is not direct energy.
So back to the energy tiddler, it shows ATMRL as the first thing. Why?
Because that is the main category under library. So
and where is that shown? How do we know it's the main category?
Because energy is tagged library. Library is
right. So we've got library and energy there, and the connection between them. How is ATMRL connected? Sorry, we've got things tagged.
we've got a tiddler we've got things. No. So we've got things that are tagged in.
Yes.
Some of those things tagged in.
All of these tiddlers are tagged energy.
So those things. So the ATMRL is a tiddler, and they're not tagged in. So that seems not true.
This, I'm taking a look on the Chinese biogas manual comes from the
Oh, is that handy? Correct.
Have you been out there for hours?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Hopefully, he would attach to me.
Right. The Chinese biogas manual is part of the appropriate technology library. So it's tagged to that library as well. So what we
So
is a junction between two different hierarchies of data.
So let me. So when you say tiddlers, you mean the things that aren't categories like that?
Yes.
So all the tiddlers that are shown here all have that tag in.
Yes.
And the other tags they carry how they group. And which tags, so how does that decide which other tags on the aggregator are headings which around about that tag?
Aspects of tag HTML, but not everything.
And so
that is tagged as well.
Yes.
Okay, this is tag energy and this.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's.
And if it was tagged,
And if something with the tag HTML energy and the all
And the business is tag energy. It's really.
Well, no, actually, because business is a own subcategory.
Yeah. Can you sort of cite that?
I can, it's gonna.
Make a small one.
Let me just close. Smallest one I have. Let's go with the transport. Because that is the smallest one. That's not. If I get to structure, that just gives you everything that's here. That is basically what we're going to show.
and then what do you expect to get as headings?
It's just like around the entrance. So it's the grouping concept, which is the main one. So if I display only groups, it actually the main heading groups everything together.
That makes sense. So we can do that then.
Yeah.
I think that's what
I think the reason why it's possible because it doesn't. I do remember when I last understood this, and it's funny, it doesn't resonate with me. And so about that. I guess that's why it's not in there.
But this is the main reason you'll use this because of the way it's.
I know why people like to tag it.
Yeah.
You mean that you don't need to invent a social hierarchy. You have just a few levels.
Yeah.
And the rest is
And then all the hierarchy depends on what actually exists. So it is, you don't have to say HTML depend on transport or
Because the library actually has a massive range. This is actually a massive range with PC core to go into technology everybody. Covers a whole range of different things. So the individual documents are sort of library. And then categorized by the transport energy, land management, those sort of things. So there's a hierarchy in the top in such a way that you just add a few extra tags to your Tiddler. It drops the files in the right place, so people easily find the information.
That part, I think,
That is what is
Yes, that's the one.
A general version of this would be a table of contents where you could somehow say what happens at each level. So this is a TOC for one level, and then it's grouped by tag for the next level. And maybe there's other sort of hybrids.
Right, at that level, you need to start going into multiple tags, because you can have energy, you can have an ATMRL tag, but you can't tag ATMRL only in the energy. It's also in transport.
Yeah.
So building a hierarchy on the actual instances themselves.
And it seems that how useful this is would depend on tagging on each tiddler. So, I mean, if tiddler had 10 tags and was appeering in 10 different places in the same group, that would also. But that's cool. And I like the idea of having a range of structuring techniques to use the right thing, the right job, and the right thing, the right level of your hierarchy. Very nice. Yeah. Well, it seems like this is stuff that could be just a macro.
Yeah. The intersection of pieces of trees.
Yeah, and you want to set the calculations and run the whole thing. Yeah. And the re-rendering time, earlier on I missed it, but when you were getting JavaScript tags,
I was glad the whole library idea of re-rendering every tag hierarchy.
Yeah. And then when you do that, how many minutes does it take if you let it run the computation?
Obviously, if all those closed, it's done instantly. There's not going to wait.
And does tagging give you a collapsible version of this? Where you have to expand the heading like energy?
No. Table of content is more powerful in that sense. You're starting on the black version. Yeah.
But some other things that it does, like that X sort of thing.
Yeah.
If
it's going to take lines put it in there, which is
something else
first line, and then there was
you can show all the text.
Yeah, you can actually have
show
it
and it shows up in the
standalone groups.
And then the issue
is that then you start slightly where you were.
and it was it's also this what it reads there is not what it is. It read there is the next so you
Yes, that's confusing.
Yes.
Exactly. If you click now, I do, yes. But obviously, this was written many minutes ago.
That's the limitation of the classic.
You can't change it.
You can't do that kind of.
The only way you can do that, is to go in there and rewrite. Now, I did have to do that because on some of these, it's huge. So when I'm looking at it in this format, it would just go right away down. It will scroll for half a mile. And then I had swords and categories on the side. So I rewrote a balancing entry to actually make these columns more or less level. So it's actually just instead of going into it was just taking, I have 10 categories in each column. And if one of those categories is start from mile 1, you've got a massive go and go on. Nice. So I rewrote it and worked out how many entries in each category there is. Again, the only way you do that is by changing all the JavaScript.
With the filter and the loads and pies, we use something similar with the filters. Coming out of the thing. I haven't actually seen that part of the tiny head, and that is really useful.
Yes.
Yeah, really like that. And I think that implementing that as the intersection of two separate trees.
That'd be really useful for some of the formatting content for people who want to see things in different ways.
Yeah.
Like, along the lines of the dyslexia, they need to be able to see the content so that you can. You've got these two different species crossing each other, which is better than the grid. The grids are always, but not really. They don't care. They don't follow. They're not responsive at all. The grids are very nasty. That would be really cool. That would go down there and just fall in a column. So.
Any other questions?
I like that. You showed that.
Yeah.
We're not graphics. They're also in the library.
Yeah, well, they're really images.
So it's really classic.
So this actually is replicated by using Dropbox. So this syncs my web server. So all the changes I've done will get sent to that. So the documents in the image directory are mirrors on the document system. Because some of these are restricted, some of them are still in copyright. They're okay for pixels. So I've actually built those. Where is my... No, I'm getting access to the library. There we go. So we'll put it in the frame. Yeah, all the documents are public. Trying to build a layout again, isn't it? There we go. Right, so all of these entries. These ones, public domain entries, will be tagged so anybody can get access to these documents. If you want to comment on the space, you can have these documents.
I just asked you for a snapshot.
Fill out the form.
Yeah. Only ones available immediately. Other ones are. Well, they probably are public domain. But I don't know where because I need to be reviewing every single one of these entries. And imagine 2,000 documents, which is the reason why I have helpers who are sitting in some of this.
Hatching eggs for you so that you can try out the instructions work.
Yeah. Practical action, actual company use. Banana chips. Big part. Practical action is actually the name of the company. There you go.
Action now.
Yeah,
make banana chips.
Banana, this is actually my name, which is banana. Yeah.
Wow. You have document?
No, there is stuff. Right, that's fine. Food. There's the big entry. I think this is the only entry I have. There we go. Banana beer.
End of the world now. Is the content in there, is it like biased with your preferences or?
No. It's beer stuff. Because nobody wants to say beer with combined documents. Well, I probably have, but I just haven't found them.
That looks awesome. 6 days and you can peel the bananas.
Yeah, getting the video is really amazing. It's like a drink. Useful.
It's got a lot of useful information.
I would be craft the high was it because by people it makes sense.
Yeah. There's certain sections which are ideally suited. Like I've got a section on medical. Anything to do with medical side of things. That's always under the hierarchy. So I've got other bits like energy generation. I've got bits for solar and wind and like that. And put them all together, they all have to go to main library, which is like the overall umbrella for everything. So I have these individual little categories which effectively there's some crossover. It's like a land management business. We have a lot of crossover because obviously if you're in the business of being a farmer, you have a marketing team to look at how you're going to sell your customers, how you're going to manage your land. So some of the categories are categories. But overall, the actual breaks out into quite distinct sections.
There's external images attached to it.
They are all the contents of this, the images and the videos, all the external to the actual itself.
Yes, just thinking.
That's so you're clear about how you the it reminds me that when these I would assume that you come from the other end and an idea what categories you want there because it's kind of standard.
But you actually kind of start from that particular document that you're looking at things. If I look for this on the bookshelf, what are you looking at under? So the text in this case is really powerful. You can just say, I want it involves energy, it involves solar power, it involves wiring, it involves batteries. So you just take all of them and let the system work it out for you.
You mentioned that you'd like to have surgery done.
I would love to have some.
Do you think that you'd, I'd love to know how you're approaching it, but do you think I can imagine situations where I'd get better results by browsing the categories than by flip search?
Yes, that is how most people actually use the system.
Well, exactly. In the sense of looking for the best material about looking after bees or hatching eggs. You know, when you get to search for eggs, I think there'll be quite a few methods. So I guess it's the same question we've talked about before. That you've got on one hand a manually curated table of structure, and you've got a sort of searching some kind of automatically generated structure. And it seems like the this kind of manually curated structuring has a value very computer-generated technique. Maybe with some of the textual analysis, you might do a better job.
But
Right.
You get that manageable set of documents that you're willing to look at.
But Googling thing, I remember those the days when Google was a search engine in the sense that it looked at the word site and it looked at the website sites that matched them. Now it's doing more complex but it's, I guess it's another way of saying you're below the critical mass where you can apply manual structure, and yet it's an eye-watering amount of data, and you're still being, and you mentioned people helping you, but still, it's a human scale problem. And I think that's kind of reassuring because we spend so much time looking and thinking about Facebook and Google and places where the scale is such that those solutions don't work, that you discount them. But actually, just like having an index on a book that's been done by a professional indexer versus full text search of book text, there's a utility in the format.
But all the energy in the field is machine.
I can understand that, but then if you're the producer of it, if you're producing material, you're in a different situation than dragging and assembling it. And dragging and assembling it and having, Dragon has got the mental structure of how the stuff fits together. So there's a natural process. It's very hard for anybody else to do, really.
No, so I would find myself, I'm not extolling the virtues of the machine, but I'm a fan of theory. And behavior does reach a human. And it might be because I think thinking the thousands is so that's probably maybe 10 more
I'm doing probably about 20 or 30 documents on a good day. When I've got a bit of time. But that's not actually no, you go through the document itself and find out if the document work. So am I duplicating content? The source is not.
Yeah, that's the
data structure. When the content works is
there are some those plugin I don't know what they're called these days, but there's one that I use that you might find really helpful. And I think you might find that the data structures and the ability to tag gave me more power in some respects than tags. What we found about the differences.
Yes, for a lot of things that you're doing, particularly for the sort of organization, that is one of the things that, well, actually made a thing recently, where you have multiple fields that actually they're all tags. And I have found that extremely useful. And it would allow things that work. So every grouping does happen in a different way. I think that sounds utility. Yeah, the fields that are limited by fields that are not flexibility. And I'm not sure how to do what you do. Or how to do it.
This fields in classic.
There was no user interface for any of the custom fields. It was only a domain of plugins that use those. Cool. Dragon, thank you very much.